Pace car dives in. Chevy, Ford, front row. Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, and here they come.
Danica is right up against the back of Biffle. Biffle right up against the back of Jimmy Johnson, and they head off to turn one. The race is on.
Building from 70-mile-an-hour pace car speed up to 190 miles an hour by the time they hit turn 3, and Johnson's in command.
Greg Biffle set behind his teammate last year, Matt Kenseth, and pushed him to the very last lap, and Dale Jr. slid by at the end of the race. Biffle's in a great position right now.
Harold, you stay in the high groove if you're up front.
You got to, Mike. You cannot move right now. There's no way.
3 wide behind the top 10 of Jeff Gordon. Tries to bust out of the middle and come up to challenge.
That outside line is definitely moving. You can see Brad Keselowski on the inside getting smaller and smaller in that 2 car.
Yeah, what you'd really like to have happen, Biffle and Danica particularly, is these guys on the outside can clear the inside guys, then it gives them some options.
How about Dale Earnhardt Jr.? You're riding with him, pushing Danica Patrick down the back straightaway.
And pushing is okay on the straightaway. Troublesome in these corners at these speeds. Keselowski and Hamlin in the 11 on the inside with Logano. Trying but unable to close up on the outside lane.
We talked about teammates all day long, and here's Jimmy Johnson, and right behind him is Greg Biffle, but then comes 2 more teammates in Danica Patrick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. That could be a big game.
4 laps to go.
There is no telling how much Greg Biffle in that 16 car wants to win the Daytona 500. He's come close. He's had a great speed weeks, and here he is in 2nd place behind Jimmy Johnson.
But, Larry, with this car, we haven't seen conventional wisdom pay off. I think that Greg Biffle right now is trying to think about what do I need to do to get by Jimmy Johnson and win this race.
And right now, Johnson's not running the high groove or the bottom groove. He's almost running the middle of the racetrack through 3 and 4.
Wouldn't you?
I think that Biffle and Danica and Dale Jr., they very well might make a move on Jimmy Johnson here before too long.
Should the caution flag come out before the leader takes the white flag, we'll attempt a green-white checker finish, and we'll try that up to 3 times if necessary. Once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag, caution or checker, ends the race.
The only problem with going a little early, which I'd love to be able to do, but if I don't make the pass or if I don't get where I want to go, I may lose a lot of positions coming to the checker.
Jimmy Johnson is a Daytona 500 winner, but over the last 6 500s, he's finished no better than 27th, and last year he completed only 1 lap.
Well, Mr. Lonely is lonely right now, and he's loving every minute of it.
Daryl, I believe somebody's going to have to do it here in the next little bit if they're going to make something happen.
Ryan Newman over 200 entering the corner. And look who's up there in the top 10. Regan Smith, J.J. Yaley, Michael McDowell, drivers with small teams challenging the powerhouses of this sport with a lap and a half to go.
You know what? They are praying for him that he finishes just like this. Let me finish right where I am. Up front, different story.
What a great payday for those teams.
Here they come, boys and girls.
Go now or finish second.
When we cross the start line, it's a race. And oh, by the way, it's not over. It's just now on.
Daryl, keep an eye on Daryl.
Oh, car in the wall, hard. Turn 1. And it's one of the beacon cars. It's the 93 of Travis Quattle. No caution. NASCAR, if the track is clear, they will let them finish. We are still green. And here comes the leader.
Yeah, Mark Martin is really pushing Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88.
Junior to the inside of Greg Biffle. The green flag still flies. Martin's number 55. Keselowski in the 2. Biffle backing up. Patrick behind him. For the 2nd time, the Daytona 500 goes to Jimmy Johnson, 5-time champion from Oklahoma, California, and his Rick Hendricks Chevrolet.
He can thank Dale Jr. for that. 2nd year, Dale Jr. has come late and second.
Danica Patrick, the pole sitter, becomes the highest finishing woman in the Daytona 500, 8th.
They were coming at her from every side. I mean, front, backs, left, right.
That group is a happy group, and he's a happy man. Not only because they won this race, since he won it in 2006, his average finish in the 500 outside the top 30.
And the reason we call it Mr. Lonely.
Man, that's awesome. We got you on, buddy. You're here for it.
We call him Mr. Lonely because all they did in testing and practice and all that every time is just ride by themselves.
Jimmy Johnson's crew chief, Chad Knaus, will make his first trip to Daytona 500 Victory Lane. Johnson's last win came with Knaus on suspension. Today is Jimmy Johnson's 400th career Sprint Cup start. There's car owner Rick Hendrick. I didn't want to use this fact earlier, I might jinx it. Look at who won in their 400th career start. Lee Petty, Richard Petty, David Pearson, Dave Marcus, Dale Earnhardt, and now Jimmy Johnson.
Slight bit of body damage.
That's last I remember.
61st career Sprint Cup Series win for Jimmy Johnson. He becomes the 10th multiple winner of the Daytona 500 and kicks off his 12th consecutive season with at least one victory. Top 10 for Danica Patrick. Best ever finish in the 500 by a woman.